All right, guys. So I'm starting back the interview series. Really excited about it, bringing in some real OGs in the community. And I brought in these two guys right here. We've got Nost.ygo, known as Nick and Josh. What's up, fellas?
What up?
What's going on, bro?
I'm Josh.
Nick.
I was going to ask that. I'm always confused who's who. So,
Yeah.
but first off, in the series, I wanted to ask, where did you guys get the name Nost.ygo? I'm actually curious on that.
That's all you.
Okay, so I'll take credit for the name. Okay, so we're Canadian, right?
Right.
So I don't know if you're familiar with who Nelk is.
The Nelk boy, don't they do that beer thing?
The Nelk boy.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm wearing a hat right now.
There you go. It's got their merch. Yeah. So essentially, like, I liked kind of the short and sweet kind of aspect of their name.
Yeah.
And, we are in this kind of whole collecting thing because of nostalgia.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let's just ride with Nost and see how it goes. And I like it. Like, I don't know.
Honestly, I think it rolls off the tongue nicely. So
yeah, I'd rather I don't even want people to call us like nostalgic Yugioh. Just Nost.
No.
Nost.
There has been a lot of confusion in the past in terms of like the pronunciation. Like we've gotten like Nost.ygo and like
Nost
and like stuff like that. But like it's Nost.ygo.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's actually cool. I never thought about that, but the Nelk Boys. I watched them the Happy Beer thing when they did all that stuff. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But what do you guys? So what really got you into Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm really curious on that.
Honestly, it was mostly this guy. So he kind of got around to like digging out his old cards, and he had decks like pre-built. And
some old decks from when I was a kid,
yeah. And he got around to like kind of fixing them up to make them more like anime related. And from there, we just started actually like playing. Like we play our own kind of style where all our decks are just like straight up anime based, like no doubles, like no triples of anything. So it's just slow duels. But like we had a lot of fucking fun with it, to be honest. And like,
and also in terms of like we had no really knowledge in terms of like the sets. We didn't know, IOC, MFC. We had no idea. We're just like, I'm building a Joey deck. We'd be in like university on laptops on like eBay, just like I'm like, I'm making my Joey deck, man.
Exactly. Like Troll and Toad, buying out Troll and Toad from other commons and
the cheapest stuff that we could get.
So
and then
go ahead.
Yeah. And basically from there we just made the Instagram. That was like how much later?
It was a while later, honestly. We put the Instagram together maybe a year after like we had started playing, just because we had gotten into like collecting as well after, again for nostalgia.
And we were buying a bit from like online vendors. So we were like, you know what? Let's just make an Instagram and get to know these people.
So when did this all start?
Almost 4 years ago now, right?
It's like late 2018.
Yeah,
is when we started kind of dueling and just having fun with it, and then. It was literally around a full year, like 2019 October-ish.
Yeah,
is when we made the Instagram.
Yeah. So 4 years. That's a pretty good amount of time there. And before that, obviously, before the Instagram thing, like you just collected, y'all just over time, or was this like 5-10 years ago, or?
Mostly like childhood stuff, like things that we just had from like back in the day. I honestly collected Pokemon mostly as a kid. I had Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was never my primary collection. It was always Pokemon for me. This guy was more.
Yeah. For me, I'm lucky. Like I grew up in a good neighborhood where I grew up with like older kids. They were like 3-4 years older.
Yeah.
And I would actually play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like as I don't even know how young I was, like 7, 8 maybe. And they were a little bit older, so they would kind of show me the ropes. And it wasn't. Yeah, they would scam me, and then my parents would knock on their door and get my cards back.
Oh my goodness.
And then. But I'm not talking like, throwing down blue eyes. Like I actually like knew a little bit of the rules, like tributing as a young kid.
Right.
So like, that's how I had it. And that was it.
Oh, wow. Then the rest is just history then.
Yeah.
So what got you, what's your favorite thing to collect? So like, if you guys been in Yu-Gi-Oh a while, but like I know you guys collect certain things like posters and stuff. We've talked about that in the past, but like, what do y'all look at collecting?
Honestly, man, like, you're a man after my own heart here with these posters, bro. Because I'm in the same boat, I'm one away now, so I'm right up your tail there. But that's probably been my favorite thing that I've been collecting. That it's been over the past like year, maybe a year and a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's been a good hunt, and it's exhilarating when you really find the thing that you're looking for, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
For me, I think I'm more into like the sealed stuff. I like singles, but I don't go crazy with the singles. I really like the old tins, even GX era tins, the starter decks like SDY through even the GX like Jaden and Cyrus starter decks,
right.
and blisters. I think blisters is what started it for me.
Yeah, you started with blisters, and
Yeah.
kind of snowballed from there.
Just trying to get all the first ed ones, and then I kind of got a little bit. I got close to it, and then I was like, "Hey, the prices are going too high. I'm out of here." So
Yeah, I've always noticed like people either focus on like a sealed collection or they go for the raw cards. You don't really see too often of a mixture of both. I feel like someone focuses more on a certain set or something, but that's actually pretty cool.
yeah.
So I guess leading up to that, what would you guys think? What do you think of the market right now? You were saying like prices are skyrocketing, but it's a little bit different now. What do you guys think of the market?
So this is something that actually we've talked about a million times before, and we're collectors in this community, but like we're not high rollers by any means. Like we're playing within our budget.
Well, we're young guys. Like we're still trying to find our way in terms of our careers. We're what, a few years out of a couple years out of university.
Right.
It's tough.
Like it's we see things that we would love to be able to purchase, but at times like we have to like budget, or we even have to like make sales in order to like fund those purchases, right? So like the community in the market itself is just getting like pretty hectic in terms of.
I feel like recently though, it's cool. It's cooled down a little bit.
I'd say a little
seeing
bit.
some things like, I think you look on eBay, the LOB blisters a little bit lower than they were
Right.
in the recent past. Some master collection stuff not going for like the crazies. So I don't know. Maybe it's cooling off, but we're not going to see the prices that we saw when we first started.
Wish I would have bid on a lot of things back in like 2018.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to the people who were in it even earlier, man.
Yeah, for real.
Oh man, yeah, now it's a little bit trickier, but like you said though, I feel like it's seeing a slight dip and prices are a little bit better. But is that something you think that'll stay, or do you think it'll go back up, or what's your opinion on that?
I think right now we're dealing with, obviously, there's been like COVID related issues and all that with.
Believe that.
Believe it. But like you're gonna get people that are just under hard times right now, so that it kind of affects the market in that way in terms of like the demand. But like also I could see it going back up or even higher than it was at its peak, just based off of like looking at Pokemon's market and the way that took off. Like I think Yu-Gi-Oh hasn't reached that yet, and once it does, it'll just fly.
All it takes is like one big like
mainstream
like a mainstream person to hop in, or like a new movie or something, or just something crazy,
Get people interested. Exactly. Right. No, I totally agree. Like the market, man, it's like a roller coaster lately, but it'll do one of two things. It's either gonna shoot up or it's gonna shoot down. I don't really see it staying the same at the moment. So
true.
Probably up.
And I feel like as long as there's YouTubers still doing it and they're getting views, then I think that in and of itself is a bit of a sign, right? There's that interest is still there, and as long as that interest is there, I think there's going to be value.
Oh, definitely. It brings back nostalgia from people's childhoods, and when you see someone opening up something that is ridiculously priced, and it's exciting. It's like, well, I can't really necessarily afford that at the moment, but that was really cool to watch someone else open it. So I totally agree with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What do you shifting gears a little bit here? What would you say is your guys' like worst purchase ever, and then like your best purchase ever?
That's an interesting one.
I've had some bad ones.
You've had some bad ones. I feel like I'm a little bit more careful.
Yeah.
You're like you
I'm
look some wonders.
Yeah.
I can name. I'm thinking of, and I want you to tell the stories.
The tin.
There's the tin. There's the when you were building the deck, the one card that came in, and then the posters, a couple posters that came in. If you want to jump into that.
right, just for starters, like we talked about, we used to like build just like character decks. So I got like a Mako Tsunami deck, really like love the water like style kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I was looking for an amphibian beast. Didn't have one in my bulk commons, so I go on eBay, buy an amphibian beast, just a couple bucks, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but like I get it in the mail the next like couple weeks, and it's literally just like a piece of paper that someone printed out and cut out a picture of amphibian beast.
Oh my goodness.
Printer paper.
Was that on eBay? Was that on eBay?
Yeah, on eBay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully you got your money back on that one.
Yeah, I think I ended up getting it.
It wasn't much.
I don't even know if I ended up making a claim, because I was just like, you know what, it's so little value that it wasn't even worth it. But like, I probably should have. Yeah, there's been a few. I mean, I've had also like in times that I bought posters and just like not like of the main like 11, right, but
some other
like obscure ones, and they've come in the mail, and I didn't read the description or something, and it comes in like about this big. It's like a page cut out of like a magazine.
Yeah.
Guilty on that as well. I've had a couple of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about you?
For me, nothing really too like where I was like, oh, I overpaid or something. But I've had blisters come in, and so have you actually.
Yeah.
But I've had blisters come in. I think it was like, I was really hyped about it because it was cool. It was like a premium pack blister, but it like opened up. There was like 2 packs, and when I unraveled like the bubble mailer, it just, the plastic just that was covered, it just slid clean off the bone like a nice prime rib, just right off. And I'm just like, well, so this is no longer a sealed blister.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. In terms of like good purchases, that's the early days, I would say.
Yeah, it has to be the early days.
I remember I got like an Insect Queen tin, and it came with a PSA 9 Cosmo Queen and a PSA 8 Millennium Shield, and it was like $90.
$90 Canadian though.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is probably like 60 or 50 bucks US.
Right.
And I think at DDS Exodia, that was maybe, it was like light play. It had some like markings on the back. I got that for like $40.
So a couple
That was
wins
probably
there.
my team.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Let me obviously with the MFC poster, I know y'all guys saw that sale recently on eBay. Tell me about about your MFC poster, and like, because that to me sounds like a win from
yeah.
then, so.
Honestly, I didn't even think about that until right now. So basically, like I don't know if it's in the States as well, but we got a like a buy and sell website called Kijiji, and
it's like a local
buy and sell, whatever, buy and sell trade. And
like
I was just scouring there through Yugioh product and happened to see a guy post a couple posters, and MFC was there. So I messaged him. He wanted $30. So I'm like, can I come pick it up? Like tomorrow. I'll literally be there tomorrow. I don't care what. I'll shuffle my day around. I'll just be there. And he's like, oh, actually, I have someone like that offered me already 30. So I'm like, $50. I'm coming tomorrow. And I'm picking it up, no problem. He's like, okay. So the next day, first thing in the morning,
you flew there.
I flew there, like 45-minute drive to where he's at from where we are, and yeah, just lucky to snag it. Honestly, it's just a really lucky find.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's an awesome story. Like you don't hear stories like that, so that's pretty epic.
Miracle.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to mention. What do you guys think of? In your opinion, what do you think is the most underrated card right now? And then what do you think is like the most overrated card right now? Like if you had just like to sum it all up, that's probably hard to do, but yeah, just anything in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, interesting. Overhyped or over?
I'm gonna be biased here.
Yeah.
One of my favorite cards by far is Legendary Fisherman from PSV. Yeah. I feel like that, like, I don't know, it's never gotten like the crazy love that I feel like it, like a lot of these OG, like,
you can still find it for like a good
price. Like you can find like a light play first ed for like under $100 easy.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, I feel like that one should get some more love.
Oh, it was a great card.
I have definitely an answer for overhyped, and this, I don't know if this will be an unpopular opinion, but the new what is it, Millennium Rare Gods or whatever.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like
Facts.
I'm not a fan. Like I don't think you can really the Pharaoh Rare, whatever.
Secret Pharaoh.
I don't know. I would never pay kind of the astronomical price for those personally. Like even just aesthetically, it's not even just like, oh, I like old school better. It's just like you can't even see really what's going on in the card. You know, it doesn't look like it deserves that kind of hype, in my opinion.
So that like the price on that is just shot up on it, and you just don't agree with it? Is that what it is, or?
Well, they've been sitting at like I don't know. I've seen people like selling them for like $300-400 like US. And, like I just feel like I get in terms of like the scarcity and like how like they're what like maybe one per case if that.
Yeah.
So like it's tough to come by, but I just feel like the appeal of the card, like the same thing that he was saying, the appeal of the card, the look of it, like they've come out with so many products and like the OCG that have like the similar like foiling that you can get for like a fraction of the price.
Right.
So why am I gonna go like just because it's TCG go and pay like $400? You know?
Yeah. There's better God cards out there.
Yeah, definitely better.
Definitely, I feel like that's a set that's been reprinted way too many times as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
So obviously, you guys, you're pretty active in the community. Who would you say, like, who's some of the Yugioh and YouTubers that you watch? I'm just curious, like, just as a whole. It doesn't have to be, obviously, please don't say me. Just say someone else, anyone. But yeah. No, but really curious who you guys watch though.
Sure. You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm going to go kind of off the map here. I think I can speak for both of us on this, but who we really enjoy watching, and I don't know if you're familiar, but Max Mofo.
I've heard of him.
More of a PokeTuber.
He's done some
Yugioh
stuff. Some Yugioh does random stuff, but I'm just talking from the standpoint of how he does his videos, kind of that I don't care what I say.
Like YouTube revenue, like he just doesn't care. Yeah.
And I respect that, and I find that super entertaining.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of we're not trying to be him, but like the vibe in terms of just carefree, whatever. Yeah.
We've never really been in this to like try and make a killing. Like
piece the PC.
Yeah, that too. Like we just kind of want to be in here, do our own thing, and see if people enjoy what we got.
Yeah.
So.
And I think also, obviously, Ruxin, like who doesn't watch Ruxin? Yeah. I mean, he opens up good product. The
stuff.
Quality of the videos are there. Yeah. I really like Rhyme Style too, I think. Those would be my top, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like I'm in the same boat.
If you want everything that you're saying on all three of those creators, though, they're just really good at just giving a conglomerate together and just going with it. Like I mean, like you're saying, Ruxin there. I mean, the guy just took it and went with it. Like, and the hardest thing most people don't realize, and myself included, is it is very difficult to find the time to do a video daily and putting out something daily and like having 3 to 4 videos ahead of the game. And it's like, it's really a job. It's like and if you don't love it, it can be, overwhelming at times. So that's why you don't see me do so many videos often, because for one, it's hard to find time. But
no, you got your personal life to deal with,
So props to him. I don't know how he does it. Like, good for him.
For sure. Like, man, that's amazing how many videos they put out, and it's like, man, like it's hard to even watch them all,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, literally, so much content. Yeah, man.
So I guess switching gears back to Instagram, what are and I've always wanted to ask this question. I've never done it on the interview series, but what's some of like the favorite accounts like you like to follow on Instagram, and like, or like the content that you like to watch? I'm curious of like, and why, behind it.
So we're big like stands of accounts that aren't just like straight up claims sale. Like there's so much of that in the community now where it's like people flood their main accounts with just like claims. It's like, I get it, you want to make your money, but like we personally in our page,
just for our feed, what we like to see,
our main page has always just been about like the nostalgia that we're trying to bring to like people. Like if somebody looks at it and goes, I remember that card, or like, like that takes me back. That's what we were trying to achieve. So people that can like do the same kind of portrayal is what we vibe with.
Right.
Like I get people that have a difference of opinion there. Like who would you consider?
I'm trying to think of accounts that
Yugi versus Baka. Like I love when he does post. Like it's always something quality.
Sherman's really cool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he is a cool guy. Yugioh NL, I think, posts some really cool stuff.
Definitely. Tough to think off the top of the head, eh?
Yeah, some people make good like reels though. Videos like Heart of the Cards makes good reels.
Yeah, definitely.
Y'all follow any of the memes like was it Yugi-preneur? Y'all ever see like the meme accounts? and stuff like that? Anything like that?
Honestly, I do like a good meme every once in a
really,
while. He's not so much, but I'm more on that side. So
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think off the top.
yeah, it's hard. I mean, first ed collector.
First Ed Collector, yeah.
Now he's kind of switched gears to like kind of like it looks like he's kind of like selling.
Selling,
But like before, he was definitely more of that. Yugioh.
Yugi Bro, yeah. Shout out to Yugi Bro.
100%.
Maybe lay off the curls a bit, do some legs. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Every time I eat a donut, I'm always thinking Yugi Bro's probably watching.
He's gonna go find this, bro.
No, when he does post, he posts bangers. Like he's got a
100%.
crazy collection, man. There's some people like, our collections probably are never going to get to that point, but like, shout out to them.
Yeah, we're definitely forgetting some people, but like,
100%.
That's just the main things that are popping off the top of our head here.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the community, man, is I love seeing all the different types of posts. Like you're saying, like something creative that's like different. Like when I see someone like posting like they're really cool. Like when you're saying like with Yugi versus Baka, like some of his posts, like he would be like out on the lake holding up his blue eyes, you know. I like seeing stuff like that. To me, like that is like it's different and it's bringing out Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's also bringing out the environment and like putting those together. I think that's really cool stuff.
Good shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh Prada actually.
Yeah,
he had a streak of where he was going over some freaking
the magazine.
It looked like Niagara Falls or something. It obviously wasn't. He just like put like a crazy the magazine
booster box and a magazine
on the ledge or something. It's like, bro,
you got like
one wrong breeze and that thing's gone.
It's cringeworthy. Well, that's good. That's awesome stuff. Next thing I want to ask, and this is more personally for me. I'm really curious, but what would you guys say is the rarest thing in your whole collection?
Yes.
Tough to say, honestly, man. Like
rarity.
We have always like we don't have anything of like crazy value. Like neither of us do. Like he's got some stuff that's like worth a good amount, and I've got some things that are worth like a decent amount. But like nothing that like is gonna like we don't got like a first edition like LOB booster box or something. Like we're not caking like that. But like I don't. For me personally, like I would say just because it is one of my favorite things and it is something that is of value, probably either like the LOB or MFC poster.
Yeah, and you recently, I remember you sent me a pic the other day. So tell me, how did you acquire that one? Because I didn't even see that one. How did you get that LOB poster?
Bro, honestly, I came home from work and it was the first time I opened eBay that day. And I got my little like blue notification there, press on it, and I just see it was 3 posters. It was the starter deck, like original starter deck, LOB, and MRL. They were all folded, but I mean, they were there, and I literally bought them like as soon as I could.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like that's something you don't see pop up, obviously.
For real.
But one thing I wanted to say too is like one thing I like about like even in your I'm trying to see what it was real quick. Just 1 second for me, guys. But you had in your title, just in your let me see here. Where's it at? Okay, yeah. So just like in your title and your bio, it's just like 2 third-rate duelists with 4th-rate collections. Now I think that is actually really cool because it's like you're not trying to say that I'm like this greatest collector of all time, but it's like you're trying to be fun with it. So tell me what made you put that in your bio? Because I think that's actually really cool.
I'll take that credit.
Take over.
No, I just figured like, man, we're not going to be posting. We don't have bangers to post every time we post. So it's like, why not just laugh about it? Like
we don't take ourselves seriously.
No, we don't take ourselves seriously. We're very self-aware. We don't really care if we look dumb or whatever. Like, you probably see in our stories, like when we're hanging out, whether it's just me and you or a couple of our buddies, we're just acting like goofs,
It's just who we are.
It's just who we are. So I'm like, you know what? When people see our page, I want them to know that this isn't like we have no egos, man. Yeah.
I like that though, because like that to me is it's the realness. It's like there's no show. It's like you're really that's who you are, and like that is awesome. I really enjoy that. Like I watched a couple of your clips the other day, you guys, just playing around, man, just having a blast with it, and that's what people want to see. They want to see unedited stuff. Like it's good to edit a lot of things, but like stuff like this, for instance, I don't really want to edit it because it's like this. I want the people to see and see the reaction, see us talking and stuff like that. So I find that really cool.
I like that.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you.
Another question for you guys, and then I'm going to get into another part of the interview, or the last part of it. But what is like your Yu-Gi-Oh goals, I guess, for the rest of the year, and then leading into next year for you guys?
Sure.
You want to go first?
Well, for me, I mean, I'm slowly trying to accumulate more like first ed, ultra rares, secret rares from the original sets.
Right.
But what I would really want is even if I can somehow get lucky and snag, I only have two 2003 tins sealed. If I could somehow find one other one for a decent price that I don't have, honestly, I'd take that as a win because I love those tins so much, man. I could just stare at them all day.
Oh, for sure.
So I think that would.
You definitely want to keep those tins sealed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not touching this.
For me, I mean, obviously, I'm missing Dark Crisis poster. That's on my radar. It's going to be on my radar for a while, I think. But
I didn't want to show that. I didn't want to show that in the background there for you.
Yeah. Tease me a little bit. But beyond that, man, like honestly, I'm kind of like shifting to like looking for new goals. Like I've been collecting like promos and stuff like that. You know, just trying to get some of those in like decent condition. And beyond that, I don't really like. I have like a lot of OCG goals. Like I collect a lot of OCG. So like, you know, if I could get some of those like old tins, like there's like the Blackluster Soldier tin and like stuff like that, like that'd be great. Yeah.
Well, that's what's up. Those are some good goals, guys. Those are. I mean, it's especially with how a lot of people. It's not necessarily cost wise, but like the rarity of just finding it. Like that's the hard thing I've always noticed in the community is like even if you have the money for it, it's not necessarily you're going to get it or find it.
Yeah.
So definitely.
It's also the fun part.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely. That's what always keeps me going. Is it's the hunt. It's the the journey on it. It's so much fun. So this last part of the interview, if you guys remember my interview series a year ago, I like to do the either or. So obviously with it being two of you guys, you'll have to agglomerate really well on this one. So, but this is more about
two minds and one.
We're the same
one
person.
mind and two bodies, pretty much.
Well, we'll see after how this goes.
But it's just either going to be this option or this option. And you just pretty much just blur out which one you guys want. So,
Right off the top.
Perfect. So you got Kaiba or Yugi?
Yugi.
Yeah, I'm going Yugi too. 100%.
Old school sets or new sets?
Old school, no doubt. Nostalgic Yu-Gi-Oh.
I have a feeling on that one. Blue eyes or red eyes?
Red eyes.
Red eyes, yeah.
Red eyes. Cardboard or posters?
Ooh, we're gonna disagree here. I'm going posters.
I'm cardboard. Yeah, I'm cardboard.
That's awesome. Crush Card Virus or Cyberstein?
Crush Card.
Yeah, Crush Card. Cyberstein.
Doesn't do much for me. Cyberstein.
Same here. I think from the show it makes more sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Blister packs or booster packs?
Blisters.
The artwork on the cover makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Great answer. Raw cards or graded cards?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna say I think if taking value out of it, I like raw cards better.
Yeah.
You can just hold it in your hands easier. It's cool to see.
Yeah, you catch the light better. You see more on it.
Yeah, in the binder, it's just more classic. Yeah.
PSA or BGS?
BGS. All day.
BGS?
We're so BGS.
Yes, BGS.
And then collection or clout?
Collection. Easy.
That's what I'm talking about. I know that some of these were easy, but I'd still like to ask those. And then the last one,
sure.
This one's the hardest one. This one's exclusive to you guys.
Oh crap!
For
the viewers, is it Nick or Josh? Who's cooler?
I mean, let's be honest here. It's gonna be me.
Cooler, yeah.
No, honestly, like I said, like when we went to high school together, we went to university together. Like we've been inseparable. We're honestly like the same person in two different bodies.
Yeah.
So like if you like one of us, you like both of us.
People probably think we're brothers.
Yeah.
I always thought you guys were brothers, but you're not, right?
No, just best friends.
As close as you can get.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well,
yeah.
Those were at least pretty much what all I had pre-planned and everything. But was there anything that you guys wanted to talk about or mention? Anything like that?
I mean, we kind of like
Oh yeah.
like where we're kind of going with this in the future. You know,
Some
like
ideas we've had.
it's been I don't know. We've kind of gone through waves with this. You know, like when we started off, we were posting daily. We went to like a period where we were just kind of getting discouraged, especially with like the algorithm and Instagram. Just like we're not being viewed by a lot of people at times. So it just kind of got discouraging. We stopped posting like very often, and then now we're kind of like remotivated. You know, a lot of things just going on in our personal lives that have
and the algorithm started popping up
Yeah, it
for
did.
some random reason.
yeah
The reach on our posts,
it's shot up.
it shot up for wish we knew, don't know. But
No,
we're just gonna
we
keep
didn't do
doing
anything different.
it.
but-
Personally, I think just the content's gotten better over time. You guys have, everything when you're posting something, it's more genuine, and that's what people want to see, man. They want to see unedited, filtered stuff. They want to see you guys. They want to see the realness, and I think that's the one thing I've always tried to do myself is I just try to be me, and it's like if some people either like it or they don't, and that's life. You can't make everybody happy. It's really hard.
Yeah.
But if you consistently do something and you're passionate about it, I think you're going to see some results, and obviously you guys have seen that. So.
And I think speaking of that, and like you were mentioning earlier about like people want to see something different.
Yeah,
we've kind of
Yeah, I'd be open to mentioning that.
I mean, you've probably seen, people maybe have seen, I'm not going to act like everyone sees it, but sometimes, if we're hanging out, we'll post little clips, we're dueling or whatever, and we'll just like, put the camera in someone's face or whatever. So we're thinking about possibly starting up like a little Twitch channel of just kind of like, not a podcast in a traditional sense, but sort of like a comedy style, podcast / we'll be dueling at the same time.
Okay.
And to be us, do what we do. Maybe people want to see it. It's we're running like classic decks. No one really kind of does that.
90% of the time when we're hanging out and like we're just dueling with our buddies or just like being goofs, like we just look at each other and we're like, why aren't we just doing this like online? Because like I feel like if we're enjoying it and our friends are enjoying it, there's got to be at least a few other people out there that'll like it too. So we're gonna give it a go and see where we can go from here. We got aspirations to make this a real thing. Hopefully,
we invested a little bit into this camera,
those mics, and all that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we're getting it all set up.
Well, I think too, one thing you guys have an advantage too is you got two of you, so you've got more options and more ideas and creations and stuff to do. So I would use that to your advantage, hands down. My recommendation.
It helps for sure.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I appreciate this interview today. I hope the viewers today enjoyed it as well. We've got Nost.ygo. We got Nick and Josh here. Go check out their Instagram. They post awesome content. I enjoyed a lot. I'm sure you guys will too. And I do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to do this interview with me.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you so much. Yugioh Prodigy, guys. I'll let you guys later.